We are back, finally, after a long hiatus.
Welcome to the Harshie Podcast with myself, January.
And myself, Brandon.
I don't even know what episode this is, but...
Yeah, I forgot. I'm normally better at this, but...
That's a good sign. That means that we're getting to the point where we have many and we're being consistent and getting up there.
Yeah, and we've also been so busy that I can barely
true.
remember my own name
That's
lately.
true.
So there is that to consider.
That is true. So I'm just going to jump right in.
Sure.
This has been an awesome day. I've had a great day. It's about 10 p.m. I'm sitting here with coffee because I'm trying not to drink wine.
Wait, PM, not AM, right?
And I just did a post about tattoos and reading people's comments. And those are two of my favorite things in this world, besides my family, is coffee and tattoos. So I am in a great mood, but it has been a good day, actually. This morning, I got woken up by children fighting. And you're probably wondering why I'm smiling and giggling and saying this is a good day, because so far nothing I'm telling you sounds great. But they were arguing and the toddler was getting into everything. And her favorite thing right now is the big, like 30 or 50 pound bag of jasmine rice from Costco. She just loves to go in and dig her hand in it. And then when she pulls her hand out, she doesn't drop it first. She drops it after her hand's pulled out. It's awesome. So
It's the best.
yeah. And then I found out that the bull, he's now 6, that he has been waking up extra early and sneaking on the TV and watching shows. And so we were wondering why he was a little bit harder to deal with this week. And it's because he's been watching 2 hours of what's this show they're watching right now?
Teen Titans Go.
I don't understand it.
It's basically all the DC sidekicks, but animated in a very obnoxious manner.
All I know is somebody's got like a twin in their eye and somebody else has baby hands.
I think this is Robin in every instance.
I hear the same story about the characters in this show literally 5 times, times 2 per kid. So I'll hear the story about, tiny hands or twin in the eye like 10 times. I'm not making this up.
You are not making this up.
There's been so many times this week that I've looked at you and said, we can't even make this shit up. Like, I don't believe in reality TV shows for families, but if I did, I would just have to have one because there's so many things all day long that I'm like, wow, that's my life.
Yeah, I am pretty sick of Teen Titans Go.
Yeah, me too. I actually would prefer if they went back to Gumball, The Amazing World of Gumball, because that one kind of grew on me.
I'm pretty sick of that one too.
They have some really good underlying messages and stories in that, so I finally became okay with it. But do you remember when they were all drawing all the characters? So,
yes,
Mom,
true.
do you want to see my drawing? And every single one, it was the same character for like 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Drawn by 5 different children.
You see my picture, Gumball? Oh, yeah, sure.
Looks like
Hey, I drew a picture, Gumball. Oh, you're kidding.
Looks like the last 27 I've seen. Yay, this is the best one.
Oh, hey, Dad, guess what I just draw? Gumball? How'd you know? I don't know. It was just a hunch.
Oh my goodness. What was I talking about this morning? So we went to bed kind of late last night.
Very late.
I think I fell asleep about 1:30 a.m. because we started The Punisher last night because I'm on like mini kind of slow down vacation right now. And I've been waiting all year to watch some shows and movies because I just haven't had the time this year for that. So we started Punisher last night, which is amazeballs. He is my favorite.
Yeah, he is quite awesome.
Believe it or not. I know some of you might be like, really, January? Love is my filter? What? Well, you know what? Do no harm, take no shit. I don't know.
Yeah.
He's awesome. I have a crush on the Punisher. He's pretty amazing. But we went to bed late. And then I was thinking, oh, yeah, maybe Brandon will get up with him in the morning because he's a morning person. No, they came and got me, and even if you did hear them, you didn't move. So,
Well, my mind was a little wound up after watching Punisher last night, so I was reading for a while and probably didn't get truly tired until about 3:30. So, yeah, whenever it was that the kids came in, no, I was not in any capacity to get up.
well, I got up.
I barely even heard them. I was that tired.
I got up. My self-care this morning consisted of peeing, and super freaking proud of myself for even doing that before I came downstairs, like gold star moment. And I came downstairs and I turned off the TV, and this is early, so it's not like they had been running around by themselves or anything. And I sit down on the couch and just made them sit with me for a few minutes. Just let me wake up and just sit with me. And then I took them all into the kitchen and started making breakfast. We got coffee in right away. Excuse me. I don't want to have any slip ups and say some inappropriate words. I'm still getting comments about that, by the way. Cities. Anyways, don't.
People who live in little cities.
Yes. So we had the coffee going, and I was thinking to myself, I'm really tired of being stressed out and frustrated. So I'm just not going to. And I could justifiably so be frustrated because I got woken up early. I got woken by fighting and everyone's being chaotic. And I've already had to put out one fight and make 2 kids apologize and hug and clean up the toddler's mess and make everybody breakfast because they always need to eat. Or I could put on some Blake Shelton and get the coffee going and make myself some yummy gluten-free avocado toast as well and just have a good morning. And so that's what I did. And when you finally came down, I swear it was like the middle of the day, you like stumbled down the stairs. You live the good life. And
it's like once a month I have a day where I sleep in like that.
So, okay, it's true. But
yeah,
I'm pretty sure you were probably expecting me to be frazzled or
I was.
Like, yeah,
I totally expected.
And he comes down and I'm like dancing like a goofball in the kitchen. I'm like, hey, what's up? Yeah, we're having breakfast. You want some avocado toast? He's like, what?
Like, hey, okay, sure.
You're
yeah,
really in
awesome.
a good mood. I was in a great mood all day long. I really did dance around like a fool all day long. At one point, the teenager said, Mom, you are so weird. And I said, thank you. And
tell you what,
that's when I started singing We Are the Champions very loudly while wiggling my butt. I don't know. I sang so many things today.
Well, and then also you weren't wearing a bra, so the dancing wiggling was good for me.
Okay. Well, luckily the children don't look at me the same way you do.
No.
Today was a bra-free day. That actually might explain my good mood today. We just figured it out. Mystery solved.
Yeah, we did talk about this before.
Yeah, no bra. This is why it frustrates me when people tell me that I'm lucky. They say things like, "Oh, you live with a chiropractor? You're so lucky." Listen, Susan, you better sit the F down before I smack that lucky right off your face. There's no luck involved in that. There's like a couple $100,000 in student loan debt, many years of school and supporting my husband, many years of you being in school, taking tests and boards and failed practices and everything else, right? There's so much there, but it was just luck.
But you are lucky.
Just luck. It was just luck, or
you can get adjustments whenever you want, though. So you are lucky.
Say it again. The other thing that people say is, when I post about us, oh, you're so lucky. There's no luck involved. It's hard work, and so same goes for, being happy or being positive. I think many of us, follow people and follow accounts that talk about choosing happiness and being positive and, motivational speakers and all this and whatnot. But the missing element there is, are they showing the hard work it takes to get there, sometimes every single day? There is a lot of work for most of us to feel even okay, much less happy and positive, because we're all dealing with life and stresses and maybe mental illness and depression or anxiety or postpartum, whatever it is. So usually it's not luck and it's not easy. For many of us, it's a choice every single day. To live the way we want to live, to go after our dreams and our goals, to work on our relationships, to, not scream at the children for every little thing they're doing, but instead laugh and take photos for memories later. It all comes down to a choice. So when people say that it's just luck when it comes to these things, it is like, I feel triggered. Hashtag it's traumatizing.
Well, the only
Hashtag
place where luck is actually applicable is when you're gambling. I mean, truly, honestly, I think. And even then, though, you can. You made this point one time when we were talking about it, just the two of us, where sometimes you can play the odds a certain way, or if you're really good at counting cards or whatever it is, there's some ways to manipulate that luck in that instance, but. Really, it doesn't exist.
And I think that it devalues the incredible hard work and the journey and the struggles and the growth and the learned experiences that people have to get to where they are. I think that it really devalues that when we say, oh, it's just luck. Like, I know my struggles. I know my past. I know my journey. I know what it took to get me to where I am every single day. And so when I look at other people, I see that in them. Like, I see you. I see your story. I hear you. And there's no luck involved. Like, we are all working hard, to get to where we want to be, to make the changes and to have the growth we want to have. So that is why you see me react like a crazy lady that I don't know. I don't know what analogy I would use right now, but just crazy. That's your word, actually.
Cray.
Yeah, that just acts crazy when somebody says, oh, you're so lucky. It's like, whoa, January, settle down. It's like,
triggered.
I will not. I have been triggered. Oh, man. So do you have any thoughts on luck?
Well, the only perspective or description of luck that I've ever seen that I like personally is sometimes in inspirational books or self-help books. I've seen it said where luck is when preparation and opportunity meet.
Right.
And I like that a little bit better because luck, just random chance just doesn't happen. And I've described this a lot with chiropractic patients in the past. They just think that, oh, well, that's just my genes. I'm just predisposed to this or that. And they go around thinking that their health and what happens to them or what conditions may happen is all by random chance. And there's nothing that goes on with our health, with our life, that's just random chance, in my opinion. We have complete control to take care of ourselves. And even if you do have a mental illness or some kind of struggle or some physical struggle, it's all how we go about dealing with it. That's the choice. And there are things you have to do to prepare yourself if you have something versus if you don't. I know for me, I have to, every day, there are certain things I have to do to prepare myself mentally to get through each day because I have bipolar disorder and it's a challenge to get through each day.
So when
you
have a good day, it was just luck. It was just random chance, right? It was just luck when you have a good day.
Yeah. I guess I was lucky today. Yeah.
No, it's hard work.
Yeah,
it's hard work, and how we choose. Like you said, we can't control everything that happens to us or doesn't happen to us, but it's how we, like you said, choose to handle it. And I like that better too. Instead of random chance, it's when preparation meets opportunity. And that's the thing is, we don't always know how things will work out, but if we're doing the work, it's going to work out. A big thing that we've been saying lately is to focus on today, because we get really overwhelmed when we think too much about the past or mistakes we made the last few years. And then also the anxiety of tomorrow or the next few months or the next year, or bills that are coming or whatever is, all the possibilities of what could happen. So I really have been focusing a lot lately that the past is gone forever. Like, it's just gone, you guys. If you're sitting here upset about something in your past, it's gone. Like, we learn our lessons from it and then we move forward, because you literally cannot go backwards. You can't get it back. It's just gone. So, and then the future, like, I'm working on that I'm still working on. I have felt really good and come to a place of feeling peace about past stuff, but the future is where my anxiety lies, right? And so there's a quote, I don't know whose it is, and I'm going to totally botch it, but something about, whatever comes tomorrow, we'll face it tomorrow. Like, it's just not, it doesn't even exist yet. Like, tomorrow in the future does not exist. It's not even here. It's not a possibility. It doesn't exist. It isn't even,
it's not around.
Right. So all we have is this moment, this minute, this hour, and today. And that helps eliminate a lot of anxiety for me when I realize that, and to live in the moment more. Yeah. And it's not about being irresponsible about, your responsibilities. But when it comes to depression, anxiety, regret, worry, stress, when it comes to stress, past is gone forever and tomorrow doesn't even exist yet.
No, focusing on today that's a little mantra that has really changed my life in the past month. It's been a real struggle I've been going through mentally. And one of the big factors I discovered as to why is I'm always looking back at the things that I have done or not done and beating myself up for what I did or didn't do. And then I'm always thinking about the future on what I want to accomplish, what may happen, what may not happen. And I'm always worrying about what may or may not happen and if I will accomplish the things I want. Never, ever am I thinking about the current day at hand. And
that's stressful.
Yeah, it was literally paralyzing me mentally. I just could not function on a day-to-day basis because I was so just floored from the past and the future. And so it was just this like epiphany one night. We were having pretty frank discussion between the two of us, and it just hit me. And so every day, after meditating, I just focus on the day at hand. I can't do anything about yesterday. I can't promise anything about tomorrow, but I can certainly work really hard to make things happen today that I want to happen. And so that's what I've been focusing on today. And sometimes if the days are really tough, I break it down to focusing on this hour, focusing on this minute, because the present is where I have to stay. And it's funny because my whole life, whenever I've set goals, I never, ever could accomplish any goals. When I set a time goal, I fail every time. And I just have always chalked it up to just being this failure. I can't do anything right. And it's not necessarily that. It's just for me specifically, setting a time limit on myself is just setting myself up to fail and constantly think about that in the future. Right. I have to focus literally on what's going on this minute, this hour, this day. And what I do is I set my mind on something I really want for my life, something real specific. Like, for example, before I wanted a really successful chiropractic office. Like I just set my mind to it. I didn't set a time limit because I didn't know when it was going to happen. And it literally took 2 years from the day of graduation before I had some success as a chiropractor. That was far later than I wanted, But I got that success, and then eventually was able to sell the practice, which was far and above any kind of success I'd ever dreamed about.
And
in
everyone said we
chiropractic.
couldn't sell it.
Yeah, people told
Remember
us
that?
we couldn't sell it, and because we were in a small town.
We must have
and-
gotten lucky.
No, I did get lucky. I did. That was some serious luck. But yeah, it was just a goal to have a successful practice. I didn't know when that would happen, but when it did, it happened, and then it happened beyond my wildest dreams. So that's an example of how I am getting back to focusing on things. Is just
I love
set
that.
my mind to this one thing I want to do and just work at it as hard as I can, but just focus on the daily tasks that will get me there.
Right. And the other thing we're doing is focusing on what we're putting our attention on daily.
Exactly.
Look, we realized that a lot of our attention was going to things that we either didn't love or we're not even really good at. So,
We've been majoring in the minors.
Yeah. And I think that, in life, you have these moments where you feel like you arrive, but you're not just going to stay there because life changes and different things come at you. And, you're going through different experiences and careers and jobs and passions and interests and whatnot. And so I think that's something you have to check in with often, or, at least often enough. And we recently had to check in. Of course, this time of the year is the best time to do that too. It's the end of the year. You're looking at next year. What do we really want to accomplish? What do we want to get done? Where do we want our focus and energy to be? And so we've done that recently, and we're either eliminating or slowing down or changing a few things so that we can focus on the things that we really love. And we sat down and said, well, we love these things. We love our conferences. We love the podcast. We love something else that we're not able to share with you yet. Can't wait to share with you guys.
It is the reason why we had to go on hiatus for about a month.
I mean, some of I've mentioned it at a few events. And so what's pulling us away from that? Too much attention on merchandise, which we suck at anyways. Not creating it. I think we create some really rad shit at fulfilling it.
Let's be specific. We're good at fulfilling shirt orders. If
Shirts.
you order a shirt,
We're great at shirts.
We can do that. It's just we get ourselves in this trap where, hey, let's do mugs. Let's do this. Let's do that. And those things we're not too good at. And then when you add in the million other things that we're doing, it sets us so far behind. And so
it's so stressful.
we're just we can't even keep our heads above water. We're just trying to get to the surface.
Right.
And so right now, if you've ordered something and you haven't gotten it yet, believe me, we are in the midst. I know January said she's kind of started her vacation. That is true. I have not yet because I'm still working on fulfilling the orders because that's just the thing that falls on my shoulders that I'm better at than she is. But
I'll give you that.
I tell you what, I hate coffee mugs.
If
you've gotten your coffee mug, I am happy for you, but I hated packaging it.
you hated packaging the mug.
Oh my gosh, it was such a.
I think I was saying something, and that was a little. Did you need to process? Did you need a harmony circle for merchandise?
I did. I need to cut the cord.
No. What is wrong with you? Stop it.
Hey, that's a joke you tell everyone. That
I know, but not everyone's been to them. So they're going to be like, what the hell is he talking about? So now if you have not been to an event, you're going to have to come so you know what he's talking about. All right. So have you processed that? Are you good?
I think I'm good for the moment.
Okay. So I don't even know.
Oh, wait, hold on. Okay, yeah, I'm good.
You're lucky. I love you. Because I don't even remember what I was saying anymore. So yeah, we sat down and said, these are things we love. So let's make sure we're focusing on these and not on other things that are pulling us away from these things. And some things, you still have to do because, like you have to feed your children and you have to pay the bills and you have to do some things that you don't want to do. But if what I noticed was 80% of our attention was on 80% of our attention was on the 20% that we didn't want to be doing. And 25% of our attention was on shit. I messed this up. You're going to have to cut it out.
Well, now I'm going to leave it in because it's funny.
No. See,
80% of our attention was on the 20% of our life that we don't want to be focused on. Whereas
what he said,
the other aspect we're not spending enough time on the things we want to be.
It was really awesome when I said it with just you. And now that thousands of people are listening, I completely ruined it.
Could you pass me some of that coffee so I could get this right finally?
Okay. But anyways, most of our attention was on things that did not need most of our attention.
Yes.
And it was taken away from us focusing on the things we wanted to do and we want to grow. Anyways, so, that kind of leads me into, this whole idea of balance too. So two pet peeves of mine are luck and balance. And people ask me, and I probably have mentioned this on other podcasts, they ask me, January, how do you balance it all? And I always answer with, who told you I was balancing it all? Because I don't remember saying that. I never remember saying that or claiming that or anything of the sort. I don't think that balance is always an attainable goal. I actually think it can leave us very frustrated. I recently did a post about this on my Instagram talking about how balancing my own physical and mental health, supporting Brandon with his health, plus working, being a business owner, and then also being a mother is, simply put, too much. Many days it feels like too much. It just is. There's no sugarcoating it. There's no magical answer to balancing it all. So for me, I say screw balance. I actually use a really wonderful 4-letter F word, but we are going to keep this episode a little more PG for y'all listening with your kids. So screw balance. Like I get frustrated with that word because I think that it, especially mothers, never feel like they're good enough because they never feel this amazing, rainbow unicorn balance that we seem to think that we're supposed to meet. Most days I have to work through resentment at how much is on my plate lately. At least this last year.
Yeah, that's true.
This is hard. Life is hard. Parenting is hard, and not in a, oh, poor me, poor January, poor us, poor moms kind of way, but in a, this is real freaking life kind of way,
I think balance is something that anybody struggles with, but especially parents, because
what is that?
You want to have balance in your life. You want to devote your energies to things that will uplift you and benefit you. But then you also are responsible for another human being or other human beings. And that is a lot of work. It's a lot of burden to bear on your shoulders. Mm-hmm. And it's simply going to keep you unbalanced.
Right.
I mean, you can work at it. Sure. You can work at making your life a little bit more stable, so that maybe the peaks and valleys aren't so drastic, but even then it's a pretty tough task.
Right. And it's not about finding a perfect balance. It's about checks and balances. It's about checking in every day with what needs me more. My kids, my relationship with my partner, my health, my work, if you work, and giving to what needs you most that day. And many days I wish that I could just mommy and not worry about work or, the rest of whatever I have going on. But then I remind myself that if I wasn't working, if I wasn't growing, if I wasn't creating movements and making waves, that I'd be even more resentful and I would feel stifled. So, we can't contain our passion and our drive by trying to balance everything. So what do those of us in this constant push and pull do? Well, many things. It depends on the person. It depends on your life. I think the thought of checks and balances every day or every week is, a really good way to kind of handle this expectation of balance. But there's no perfect answer. There's no fairy godmother to take away all the worries and stress and give us this, angels singing in the heavens, perfect balance, Got to be our own damn heroes, right? So I gave up on the expectation of perfect balance a long time ago. I took the expectation, I I crumbled it up in a ball. I smashed it. I stepped on it. I stomped on it. I burned it. I threw it out the window. Because many times it's our expectations of something that causes the frustration, and so I just do daily check-ins. What's needed the most? My health, my kids, one kid in particular. Like that happened yesterday, and I took our 12-year-old on a spontaneous date because I felt like every time he tried to talk to me recently, I was either just kind of flustered or frustrated, or he was being interrupted by another kiddo. And so I just wasn't feeling as connected with him as the other kids. So I took him on a spontaneous date. But work, my marriage, and then each day I just do my best. And most days I feel it wasn't enough. Solidarity, y'all. Most days, even when I give 1,000%, I feel like it wasn't enough. But I know that I gave it my all. And damn it, that just has to be enough. It just does. So we have to do our best and then let go. We're good. We're strong. We're enough. We're love. We're light. And that's enough. That's how I feel about balance.
Pretty strong words about balance.
Yeah, they are. Because this is a struggle. Yeah. This is a struggle that many of us go through. And I know that most of you listening are like, what she said. Because I know that I'm not alone in this. I know that so many of us feel this way, especially parents, especially mothers and working moms, all of us. But I feel like many of us feel we're alone in this, that we're the only ones struggling with this. We're the only ones feeling the way that I just described, and we're not. So screw luck and screw balance and yay for coffee and tattoos.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right?
I actually felt balance before when I mastered certain yoga poses. And felt pretty proud of myself. Felt pretty balanced.
Well, yeah, that might be a good.
When you can keep a warrior 3 pose going for a little while, that's pretty impressive. That's a tough one to do.
Mm-hmm. Well, when you are doing yoga, balance is probably a good idea. Okay. But when it comes to life and momming and parenthood, not so much. I think our expectation needs to be daily check-ins or weekly check-ins, not balance. And there's no luck involved, in case you didn't get that.
Yeah, and it's also, for me, I know it's just having a daily routine of certain things that will help you not get balanced, but to be able to deal with what is thrown your way easier. Mm-hmm. And there are some days where I just do my daily routine of things. I can do them in the morning, and it sets me on a good path, and that day feels fairly smooth. When you're a parent, you're a business owner, I don't think there's any one day where everything just goes perfectly. Maybe once in a while, but those are rare days. Mm-hmm. Other days, I have to do those daily routines multiple times just to feel like I'm keeping my head above water. And a tricky thing.
But then there's some days where you do everything and you just feel like everything's still getting to you anyways, right? Like, do any of you feel like, okay,
absolutely.
I've done the self-care, I've taken care of myself, I meditated, I did all these things that annoying blogger January told me to do or whatever, and I'm still not feeling great. And those are the days where you let go of your expectations and just say, F this crap. I'm going to wear the mom bun. I almost messed that up. Yeah, I'm going to wear the mom bun. I'm going to buy the new lipstick. I'm going to play the music even louder. I'm going to have the extra coffee. I'm going to say yes more, because today is all you have, right? Yesterday's gone forever. Tomorrow doesn't exist yet. So there will be days where you'll do everything you possibly can. You're like, dang it, I'm doing everything I can and everything around me is falling apart. Like, I can't make this crap up. And that's when you say, screw it. And you get your Spotify on, you turn it up loud, you make your tea, your coffee, whatever it is, and you just let go and you have the best possible day you can have. Because what else are you going to do? Sit around and feel sorry for yourself and be miserable. And the day's going to pass the same either way. The day's going to pass the same either way. Do you know one of my biggest frustrations with myself is when I get to the end of the day and I'm like, wow, I just wasted today being stressed out. That was stupid. Like, I just think that's the stupidest thing I can ever do at the end of the day. When I'm like, I really just wasted today being completely stressed out or worried, and the day passed anyways, and that didn't solve the problem. And whatever the problem is probably going to work out when tomorrow does come or the next day does come. So that was just really, really stupid of me to not just plop down on the couch and put on Wally and and compare our today's life with the Wall-E movie with my oldest daughter, because it's her favorite movie right now, and pop all the popcorn and talk to the toddler all day long. No, what did I do? I wandered around the house stressing out, checking my phone, checking email, and getting nothing done because I was stressed out anyways. Stupid. So dumb.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
on those days where you feel like you've done everything and things are falling apart, or your anxiety is getting to you, your stress or whatever it is, those are the days you just have to let go a little bit.
Well, yesterday we were having a pretty good day, and then at one point you checked your phone or emails or something and talked about how you were starting to get frustrated and stressed out. And I didn't know that. I asked you, well, are you checking emails and are you looking at social media again? You answered, yeah, I was. Well,
there you go.
There you go.
Yeah.
That was dumb.
Yeah. That was stupid.
Stop doing that.
Stupid.
Close up your emails.
Oh, seriously, actually. Yeah. Like, if there's no reason why I have to be in it, don't go check it for real. So yeah, don't waste the day. I don't know. I know that today is all I get. So I get really frustrated with myself when I waste a day being stressed out, and I could have had so much fun with my kids that day, or I could have gotten work accomplished that day, or, whatever it is. So, can we talk about coffee and tattoos for a minute?
Sure. Yeah.
Okay. Cause
what's your next tattoo?
Well, yeah. And just talking about luck and balance now is just irritating me.
You feel on edge?
I just don't want to talk about it anymore. Yeah, I just don't want to. And that's adulting.
You seem a little testy now. Seem on edge.
I'm a little triggered. I told you it's triggering. I need a trigger warning with this podcast. Oh man. Yeah. Coffee and tattoos. By the way, I'm really digging just making big pots of coffee with my girls. Miss New York loves coffee. And then we make coffee cubes, and we got our stevia, and we just make coffee like really cheap. I love it. I love being just old school and frugal with it.
I have never had a month in my life where I've had as much caffeine as I've had this past 30 days. We have had so much going on. We had a big
deadline, and then Black Friday, and 6 children, and homeschooling, and
and we had to take a quick trip out to Phoenix for a certain reason, and
yeah, we sure did.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, so my family asked me, well, are you guys going to come here for Christmas? And I just answered no with a little heart.
After that trip, yes, it was.
No. I really did. And I didn't explain myself because I don't want to. And I'm an adult and I don't have to. And no, I have 6 children. I'm not traveling anywhere. I don't get a lot of time off. I've had to travel too much the last few years.
Yeah.
we're gonna make we're gonna get our tree. I ordered on Amazon our fake tree. Should be here on Sunday, and we're gonna make it our unicorn tree. And it's gonna be super chill and super awesome. We get to have our food, our vegan food, because my family is not vegan. Like, it offends them, and I don't even say anything to them about it. That's so funny. Like, my grandfather will not eat anywhere that has even a vegan option. Like, it just offends him if there's a vegan option on the menu. He just hates it. So funny. Anyway, so yeah, we're gonna have Christmas here. Lots of coffee. Do you realize I actually have 2 coffee tattoos already? I just realized this tonight.
2?
Well, yeah, I have the caffeine on my vein.
Right.
And then my vegan unicorn is holding a coffee cup.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
I know. But I actually am considering another coffee tattoo.
Hey, you know what?
Yeah, like something really rad.
It's a big part of your life.
We'll see. So I'm trying to figure out what I want to do with my right forearm. So I have the unicorn, and don't forget to have a good time, and you do you, boo. And then I have my heart on my hand. People still don't think that's a tattoo, but it is, I promise. and I have this space here, and I was going to get my gold star with like rainbow, like a rainbow shooting star.
Mm-hmm.
But I decided that I didn't want to do that because my gold star I'm going to get is just for me. I feel like everyone deserves a gold star, and I definitely freaking deserve one. So I'm going to put my gold star next to my Anxiety is a Liar tattoo and by the poppy flower, and it's going to be for me. So I have this space that's driving me crazy because it's not done yet. And I've asked on Instagram and Facebook for ideas, quote ideas, picture ideas on what I should put there. So what do you think?
Let's do like skulls.
Yeah. Yeah, skulls.
Monsters with bat wings.
If I did skulls, they would have...
blood dripping out their fangs.
If I did skulls, they'd have like sunglasses and they'd be cool. They'd be cool skulls. You know what? I'm getting a lot of great ideas. I haven't been on Facebook much lately, but I posted this to Facebook and I've been looking at everyone's comments. Some people suggest the stuff I already have, which has been really cute and really fun. But other people have said, maybe like constellations for my kids, like they're what they say.
Oh yeah, the zodiac sign.
Zodiac signs.
Yeah.
Thank you. More botanical stuff, which I didn't think I would like, but the poppy tattoo I got is just beautiful.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I really love it. Somebody said I should do honey, it's a choice, because I said that one time and then people quote me on
right.
it.
I've heard you say that,
I didn't even remember it, but yeah, so something like that. I don't know. I was thinking about doing, so I definitely want to get Don't Let the Muggles Get You Down, which is perfect for today. Like You Do You Boo is similar for me, but that's kind of for everyone else too. Like everyone, like You Do You. And I finally got that tattoo after I shared a picture of two moms with their new baby on Birth Without Fear Instagram.
Oh yeah, that's right.
And there were a few people that got on there that were really rude about it. And it just surprises me people are still like that. And it just made me so irritated. And I was in New Jersey and I was by myself. And I was like, I'm just going to go get my You Do You Boo tattoo. Like it just pushed me over the edge to get it. Well, today I shared two dads with their new baby on Don't Forget Dads. And there were some really nasty comments along with others that weren't nasty, but just completely not accepting and not supportive at all. And that just really made me sad. And so it reminded me that I want to get Don't Let the Muggles Get You Down. Because when you're constantly putting out love and support, and then sometimes you get pushback or you get people that are just not understanding. And one person wrote a really rude comment about me specifically on there, and about how I was blocking people, and then went on about me as a person. And that's really interesting because I don't ever remember meeting her, but apparently she knows me super well. So I blocked her.
So she was unlucky tonight.
She was unlucky. Yeah. And that kind of stuff is frustrating for me sometimes. I do a pretty good job at filtering it. That's why love is my filters is something I started saying and using and applying with my social media. Because sometimes it does get to me a little bit. I'm human and that's okay. But yeah, so Don't Let the Muggles Get You Down, I think is a good one. But I might tattoo Do No Harm But Take No Shit somewhere on my body. Maybe just for me. Just somewhere for me only.
You should tattoo the Punisher skull.
Okay, that's kind of cool. I'm crushing on him so hard.
I don't know if you should crush on him.
I'm crushing on him.
You can think he's cool.
I don't crush on many characters or actors or anything like that, but let me tell you what, he's just doing something to me right now. I'm loving him.
Interesting.
I'm loving him. He's amazing. He's so awesome. And then he.
So were you crushing on him with the hipster look or his
well,
regular
I was gonna say
look?
he did have the beard. I think it's just him. I don't know. I don't know. I'll get back to you on this. I'll get back to you. We will circle back.
Is it the character or is it the actor?
We'll circle back. I hate that saying. It's the character.
Okay.
Yeah, it's the character. So it's not even.
So if
I
show you a comic book picture of the Punisher, you'll be like, "Wow, he's sexy."
I don't know. I don't know what he looks like in the comic book. I don't care. I'm loving that Marvel is not screwing this up so far. We've only watched 3 episodes.
Yeah, because Defenders was pretty bad, and we didn't even watch Iron
It
Fist.
was very disappointing.
And Luke Cage was good up until about halfway.
I couldn't
into
get
the
through.
season.
I couldn't get past the first episode of Iron Fist.
Yeah,
couldn't
it was just
even
so
get past
boring.
it.
I couldn't imagine devoting 12 more hours of my life to watching
No.
that because it didn't hook me in.
No, can you imagine? No
Yeah.
way. No way. Yeah. So those are some of my tattoo ideas. I'm loving the sleeve you're getting done. I'm kind of jealous of your mermaid and your hippocampus.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited about it. Just got everything shaded in that I've had outlined. And so the next step is getting the sea turtle, the octopus, and the manta ray
Yes.
on there. So
Yes.
it's a work in progress. I'd say it's about halfway done. Because I need those 3 more creatures to represent the other 3 kids.
I think I'm going to be a little jealous of the manta ray and the turtle too.
Yeah, they look really good too.
They do. I think I want to get a matching turtle with you, because the chalk art on my hand is for Miss New York, and I eventually kind of want a tattoo that represents each of my kids, just randomly actually. And I've always said I'll get a turtle for the bull because he's always loved turtles. He's always loved Ninja Turtles, and you're getting a turtle for him. So might as well get matching. I think I might actually get that turtle.
Yeah, I took him to the store tonight to grab a couple things, and there was this display that had all these little plush Ninja Turtles, and he lost his mind. He's like,
See?
"Oh my gosh, Ninja Turtles!"
He loves it.
And he hadn't talked about Ninja Turtles in a couple weeks, but
Yeah, he loves turtles. So
they are his default favorites. So yeah,
well, I'm going back in a few weeks and having my hand tattoo touched up and getting my gold star, and I'll probably get a quote is what I think.
I think it sounds awesome.
Then there's also my back tattoo I want to get.
Ah, yes.
Should I share that or should I not?
You
Should
could
I
share it
stay
for
or
a later
should I go
podcast.
now?
We can do tattoo updates.
I feel like once I say it, I'm committed. I mean, obviously.
But you haven't done it yet.
Obviously,
so.
I'm not committed until, but.
When she makes that first stroke with the tattoo needle, then you're committed.
I am nervous. Like, I want a very large back piece, and it's going to have a lot of color, and it's going to be so freaking rad. And I think I'll just walk around naked after I get it. But
Okay, well, let's get this tattoo going ASAP.
it's something that I've wanted, well, I guess for a long time, and then I just let it go, and then I started thinking about it again, and I think I've decided how I want it, but it's going to go from my shoulders all the way down to the top of my buttocks.
The kids always laugh when we say buttocks.
Well, Miss
So, yeah, it's like-
Congeniality, remember we were watching Miss Congeniality the other day, and that one girl, she's like, I don't like to call it booty, I call it my po-po.
What?
I know. I was like, I don't know about that. But yeah, so it's going to be huge. It's going to take a lot of sessions, and not to mention that's kind of expensive. But I know what tattoos feel like, and I just know the commitment that's going to take. And I just think about when she's going to get down to like my ribs, and I don't think there's enough yummy fat on my body to make that feel better. Like, I mean, I got some fluff. I'm like, okay, that doesn't feel so bad. I got some fluff there. No, I think it's still going to hurt. I think my body's going to be like, your fat's not helping you now.
Wow.
Yeah, this is how I talk all day long with Brandon. No, I haven't had anything to drink. I'm just spun up on coffee and good vibes.
You know, it's funny. You talk about the pain of tattoos. When I get tattoos, this is the craziest thing. I actually fall asleep.
He does.
The last couple of tattoo sessions I've had working on the sleeve, I've had to lay face down on a massage table. And these are not comfortable areas. She's tattooing around my elbow, back of my tricep, inside of my arm, inside of my forearm, you know, very sensitive areas. And I actually fall asleep. And I actually find getting tattoos very relaxing, peaceful, meditative
That is
form of
insane.
self-care.
Just so you
if
know,
will.
that is wild.
Yeah, no, she says she has never had anyone who falls asleep while getting tattooed.
Not like you.
No.
She says she's had a few people like relax and maybe even kind of maybe fall asleep, but she's never anyone like you.
No, 2 sessions ago, I was so tired that she was tattooing me and I fell asleep and I actually started dreaming. Like I had a full on like 30 to 35 minute nap while getting tattooed. So
that is, I don't fall asleep. I actually moan like I'm in labor.
Yeah,
I have
true.
I have to
horse lips.
I do. I'm like Okay, so one time I was getting, I think it was my unicorn tattoo. There was so much shading on it. And I was like, okay, just so you know, when I'm moaning, it's not what you think, unfortunately. She's like, okay. I really do moan sometimes when the pain gets too intense. And then like the endorphins and the stuff kicks in and the skin, and like you get kind of numb. But then after a while, then it starts feeling raw for me at least. So yeah, I don't fall asleep. It's more like I had enough pain in my life between pregnancy, birth, postpartum, like tearing, C-sections, breastfeeding, sitting in dentist chairs even. And now why am I doing this? So every time I get a tattoo, that's what goes through my mind the first few minutes. And then I have to give over. I have to surrender. And when it gets really intense, I go into like labor land. I'm not even kidding you. And then I just give over to it. So yeah,
you gotta do what you gotta do.
We do not experience the same emotions and feelings when we get tattoos.
No. No. I always comment that it's a reflection of how stressful my life is if I can fall asleep during tattoos.
Yeah. Obviously
It's like need to change something, I think.
You're not resting often. Definitely.
Yeah, I don't think that's a normal thing.
Yeah. No. So I think that's all.
All you got?
I'll share more about my back tattoo once I've committed to it more.
Yeah. It's going to be cool.
Mm-hmm. I think so.
I think it will be.
So I am jonesing to check out everyone's comments.
Gotcha.
About what tattoos I should get because it's one of my favorite topics. So I'm going to wrap up this podcast so I can go veg out on social media. That's awful. But if it's about tattoos, that's wonderful. So I'm going to say good night and I love you guys. And I'm going to go read your comments about tattoos. Thank you.
Sayonara.
Until next time.
Adios.